This is question 19 for the view from Saturday, and it says, based on Noah's conversation with his mother in paragraphs 3 through 7, the reader can conclude that. So I know I'm drawing a conclusion in this question because it says the word conclude, and I know that that means my answer choice isn't directly stated in the text, but I have to use the text and my own knowledge of life in order to come to a conclusion. And so in paragraphs 3 through 7, this is where the narrator asks if his brother's helping write a letter, and Mom says yes, even as we speak he's writing a letter. And he gives a smart response back. And then Mom drew in her breath, but instead all she said was right. So he gives a smart response back to her, and all she says is right. Then he asks to use the computer, and she says a smart response back, I know you can use the computer, Noah, but you may not. And so through this interaction, I know that we're talking about writing the letter. And to me, from my understanding of myself and other kids who are trying to avoid something, the narrator in this one, Noah, is trying to get out of writing this letter. And he's coming up with reasons to have to write this letter. He thinks, well, does his brother have to write a letter? Yes, he does. Well, he has something to be thankful for. I don't. And she says, you still have to write. And then he says, well, can I use the computer instead of writing? And she says, you may not use the computer. And so she's holding him accountable in those 3 or 4 paragraphs for writing this letter. And so when I look at my answer choices, Noah will not be able to avoid fulfilling his mother's request. The request is to write a letter. And no matter how he asks, Mom is holding him accountable in those paragraphs for writing it. She says, even as we speak, your brother's writing a letter. She tells him to write. And she says, you may not use the computer, you must write. And so that seems like the right answer to me, but I'm going to walk through the other ones just in case. It says his mother knows that writing may take a long time. There's no evidence in what it says here that tells us that it's going to take a long time. All she says is, even as we speak, and then write, and then no, you may not use the computer. Nothing there from that conversation tells me that it's going to take a long time. Answer choice C says Noah thinks he appreciate receiving the letter. There's actually no evidence to say that the grandparents won't appreciate it, but I can add my own experience about grandparents, and they always loved getting a note from me. And so the only one who doesn't appreciate something in this is Noah, right? He didn't appreciate having to go to his grandmother's house and grandparents' house. And that's the paragraph 2. It says, she, not me, owed them thanks, and further fact, I had been such a wonderful help, and so they should be thanking him, right, is what he's saying there. Or that's not appreciative. And so that's not the correct answer. And then finally, answer choice D says, his mother believed that Joey's letter will be more sincere. We have no information about what kind of letter Joey's writing. We know that he's writing right now, so he's doing a better job of following his mom's instructions, but we know nothing about the quality of the letter that he will write.